Saying others have it worse only makes people feel shittier, not better. I am not sure who thought this phrase would make people feel better. You can't walk because you're paralyzed from the waist down? You should be grateful you can still move your upper body at least. You are upset because you didn't get into the school you've been dreaming of your whole life? At least you still have a roof over your head, some don't even have that. You are upset because your boyfriend broke up with you? At least you had a boyfriend to break up with. You're upset because you cannot play the sport you love because you broke your arm? At least you still have your arm. And to all these, the proper response is no shit. I'll take some suffering with a side of guilt, please mom. Someone feeling down? Ah yes, a bit of guilt is what they need. The only purpose for others have it worse is to pathetically try to invalidate the complaint of the other person. I hate that argument. If you truly think this is unpopular, you need to surround yourself with better people. I personally do feel better when I put things in perspective. Sometimes I get stressed over my career and then I realize I thankfully don't work in a sweatshop in Indonesia and that I actually have financial freedom others don't have. It doesn't mean every problem has to be invalidated, but sometimes we do take things for granted. My mother will respond to anything I say with first world problems, it's so invalidating. I have never made that argument to make someone feel better. I have only done it when they are complaining about shit that really should be trivial. Exactly, it's not that you are sad because someone has it better than you, you are sad because your own quality of life just got worse. If I can't feel bad because someone has it worse, then I can't feel good because someone has it better. Not necessarily. I remember my grandma having a magnet on her fridge that said, I complained about having no shoes until I met a person with no feet. It's true. When you get the mindset of looking what others have that you do not, it leads you only to pain. On the other hand, if you only look at others' plate to make sure they have enough, it brings some joy to life. I appreciate that examples were given, but I've never seen it used in such extreme ways. For example, telling a paralyzed person others have it worse? It's commonly used to put smaller things into perspective, such as a child not eating what's been served to them for dinner because it's not what they wanted. But it isn't meant to make you feel better. It's kinda meant to say stop complaining. Disagree. When I'm going through a rough time, it helps me think of others doing it worse than me. It reminds me of the things I do have in my life. You should focus on what you have and not what you're missing. That's the point. Maybe it isn't to help you feel better. You're not the center of the universe, that's the point. Suffering can make you very self-focused and inward-focused, and a little shot in the cortex to jolt you awake is the point. This phrase always makes me more grateful for what I have, but hey, this is a sub on unpopular opinions, lol. Yeah, that's called invalidating people's feelings. Just because others have it worse, doesn't mean people don't have it bad or that they don't want support. Just be kind, forehead. The phrase others have it worse is something we need to get rid of. By using this phrase, it doesn't validate what the other person is going through and may minimize or invalidate what they're feeling, which is wrong. I think people should be allowed to feel whatever emotions they're going through without shutting them down by using phrase like others have it worse. However, people be allowed to go through with what they're feeling as long as they're being respectfully guided in a better direction. I always tell people that just because there are starving children in third world countries doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be upset about a roach in my salad. My father actually has an interesting take on this quote. He says is often, others have it worse is saying that even though people have been in worse situations, it's still possible for them to find happiness again, so don't give up hope. That's essentially what he means when he says that. I love how some people don't even understand this and are arguing against it. You can literally be consciously aware and grateful for things and still feel bad. When someone says something like that, it feels like toxic positivity or being insensitive towards your feelings. The fact that some people don't have the capacity to understand emotions is a bigger problem, lol. It's called having perspective. What a bunch of whiners in these comments. It's a crap thing to say, but it ain't wrong. Okay, instead, use ya sucks to be in your spot. The issue is if you share your injury to another, they feel compelled to do something. I would try instead. I know this hurts right now, but I'll be here if you need me. I mean, what else is there? As a cancer survivor, I hate this one. Yes, others have died often after experiencing unpleasantness, I get that. I'm probably more aware than you. But when I'm feeling bummed about what it cost me, it's no consolation to hear what could have happened. This is just what morons say who have no idea how to emphasize with your position. I was going through an incredibly dark time and my job was causing a lot of really extreme mental distress. Spoke about this to a friend and got. Oh, everyone hates their job. Except not everyone wants to kill themselves cause of their job. So true. When you say this to someone, it's comparing their experience to someone else's, and can make them start to think, maybe I'm exaggerating. This doesn't count as blank, it's not bad enough, someone has it way worse. It's like telling someone who was abused this person had it worse, so your experience is a lie, doesn't matter. The only way to get these kind of people to shut the fuck up is to give them a taste of their own medicine and do the same thing to them when they're having difficulties. They'll realize how it feels. Hey, that's my daily motivation for going through life: diabetes. Trust me, it sucks, and it's annoying to hear from someone else, but it's a pertinent reminder that genuinely things could be far, far worse. My head caught fire and burned, so I was life-flighted to the hospital and needed reconstructive surgery. I told my story to a girl I know, and she said some people have it worse. Clearly, I am blessed as others in my situation were not so lucky. But my experience was still my own and I could have died. I hate that too. What they are going through actually does matter to them and it's invalidating. I explained it as this once: it may not matter to you, but it matters to me. The world's smallest violin is all about that. Somewhere in the universe. Somewhere someone's got it worse. Wish that made it easier. Wish I didn't feel the hurt. I do that, by it is inward. I don't talk to people like that. I see things that are worse than my worst quiet. Built in by nature, a self-care mechanism. Being a veteran. I was hushed a long, long time ago. Many people put effort for their lives. Many people already lost theirs fighting for they even die. Can't get much more masochistically self-loathing extreme. The have it worse argument does suck. For some reason, this kinda stuff always makes me imagine the reverse situation. Like you got some starving kid in Africa or whatever and their mom says you can't be sad cause some girl in America just got an iPhone 12 instead of 13. It's infuriating when others say it, but incredibly humbling when you say it to yourself. Perspective is key. I don't like the others have it worse phrase, however, I think on your own time to practice gratitude is crucial. It can really change your perspective incorporated in small ways on a daily basis. Instead of saying other have it worse, just be grateful for what you have. It will make you feel way better about the situation you're currently in. Well, myself, I only pull that card when someone is complaining about something really stupid. Like OMG, this restaurant at Disneyland didn't have napkins and it was so traumatizing for me and my child. I'm like, in India people have a hole in the corner of their apartment and that's their bathroom. In fact, that's an exact conversation I had. Can't stand that approach myself, so what someone's got it worse, it's not my fault, I'm still allowed to complain about anything I want. Someone tried saying that to me, and I would sit them down real quick.